everyone, this is Victoria. Today we're at the National Speed Skating Oval. The structure you can see behind me is the largest speed skating venue in Asia. And it is also the only new speed skating venue, the only new stadium that is built for the next Winter Olympics in Beijing. Today we're going to take a tour of this amazing building, and I'm joined by my tourist guide, Fred He. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Victoria. I'm so excited to have this opportunity, and thank you.
I heard that you have been a working staff of the 2008 Summer Olympics. It's so great. You have experienced, and you will stay here in Beijing the next year, and you will be experienced 2 Olympics in your life. That's amazing.
Isn't that breathtaking? Yes. I was, to be more precise, I was working for the International Paralympic Committee for the hospitality and reception as a manager, bilingual training and stuff like that. And I will be in Beijing, and I can't wait to have this life experience, like double Olympics in one city, and it's related to me.
Well, it's time for us to take a closer look at the detail of this iconic structure for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. Please join us with Mr. He for this amazing trip.
Very nice of you. Thank you.
And now we're walking into this structure. And is it the first time that you come here?
This is the first time for me ever to step into this oval.
As we can see, the facade and the interior of this building resembles ice ribbons. I think that's why this place is nicknamed as Ice Ribbons.
I guess so. That must be the reason. Speaking of that, I believe there is actually a little like showcase where you can see the ribbons. It's a sample of the ribbon. Do you want to maybe go and take a look?
Sure. Let's take a closer look at this.
Sure.
This model. Is it glass? What is this?
I think, this is, I'm not sure if, we can do the technological, the terminology 100% correct, but I think it's actually glass with glaze on the top. It's actually ultra white, like glazed, printed on top of the glass.
Oh, it looks like snowflakes.
Yes. Like, as you can see, it's transparent.
Yeah.
The total length is over. If you add all the parts together, the total length is over 13,640 meters long, and I guess it's because of this unique design. So, especially with the lights on, and it's going to be fabulous.
Okay, let's go ahead. I see there is a model of this ice rink.
Yes.
We can take a closer look at this. Now you're watching the live stream of China Plus and CGTN. If you have anything that you're interested in this stadium for the next Winter Olympics, please post your comments and your questions on our Facebook page. Now we have the overview of the stadium of next Winter Olympics. It's the only new stadium that is built for the next Winter Olympics in Beijing. And how do you like this?
I think it's very creative. Same as Bird's Nest, or maybe even better. I don't know. People have different standards, but I think it's definitely very creative, and I think it's the high technology that really counts inside of the stadium. Yeah.
Actually, before this live stream, I have already taken a tour inside this building, and I found that it really deserves a big wow for me. Which, as we can see, the ice, is quite different from that of the ice rink for figure skating and short track speed skating, because the ice for long track speed skating is, I think, it's harder and colder to ensure the speed of the athletes. And this stadium, after the Winter Olympics, I was told by the working staff here, they told me that after the games, this stadium will be used for public activities
That's great.
and ice hockey clubs. And a lot of us could have the opportunity to skate on the rinks. Do you like winter sports?
I do. I like many different competitive sports, and especially ice hockey and speed skating. That's I'm a big fan of that.
You're a big fan of speed skating.
It's all about speed. It's fast.
It's fast and so cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It's crazy. So which athletes do you like most on our national team?
Yeah, well, including the retired, our Hall of Famers and Yang. I think
she has retired.
Yeah, I know, but she was the role model. I think she set up a perfect example for being an athlete, and also, so much honor and medals that she brought to the country, and that's pretty inspiring.
So which sport do you look forward most for the upcoming Winter Olympics?
Ooh, that's hard to say. I want our maybe Chinese basketball team to perform better in the game. I'm a big basketball fan.
You're a basketball fan. I'm
talking
about
winter game. Winter
game.
game. Yes, ice hockey. Yeah.
I think I look forward most the sport that I look forward most is figure skating. Because I think that's the promising area that Chinese athletes would grab a medal. That's our competitive edge. And this stadium actually can accommodate 12,000 spectators.
Yeah.
Have you bought a ticket of winter sports?
Not yet, because given the experience that I had during the summer game, I think I might maybe participated or serve as, I don't know how I'm going to be needed for the game, but I would like to be part of it. Watching a game, I love to, but it's more for my parents.
I'm looking forward to see the fantastic events that will be held in this stadium. Yes. I think over a dozen gold medals will be given to international athletes at the stadium.
Yes. And
looking forward that they will smash record on this fantastic ice rink.
Must be, because there's one thing I know. I think our goal of ice making here inside of the oval is to make the fastest ice. So there got to be some new records. Yes,
it aims to create the fastest ice. Let's look forward for that.
Sure. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and we're gonna. Today we'll be joined by a bunch of senior business insiders of winter sports in the stadium with us. If you have any questions and anything that you are interested in the winter sports, please post your questions on our Facebook page. And apart from this iconic appearance, this striking appearance of the stadium, actually it's equipped with a system that is powered by cutting-edge technologies to save energy, to minimize carbon dioxide emissions. Do you know about the system? How does it work to reduce carbon emissions?
I know a little bit because forgive me, I'm not one of the scientists or technicians who specialize in this, but I know that they use a new refrigerant, which is the carbon dioxide, and compared to the conventional refrigerant, it has many advantages, and such as I believe that it has 0 GPD, or I was trying to think of that word. It's
kind of a new material.
Sorry, ODP. ODP, yes, which stands for ozone depleting potential.
So it can help to reduce carbon emissions.
Yes, which makes it super environmentally friendly.
Wow, so these are the ice ribbons. As you can see, we are in front of the windows. The windows are made of glass that resemble ice ribbons. So are they made of the kind of tubes that we have seen on the first floor?
Not exactly. All I know is that there should be altogether 3,360 glass units, and including about 1,920 like the flat ones, and the rest of it is what we see, the double panel curved ones. And it's semi-toughened glass material, and I guess this is also one of the features of the oval.
So it can allow enough sunlight in this stadium, but also save energy at the same time.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, let's walk around and take a closer look at this building. And you're now watching a live stream on China Plus and CGTN. If you have anything that you're interested about the stadium and winter sports, please post your questions on our Facebook page. Now we're walking with Mr. Liu, Mr. He, excuse me, around to show you around this stadium. So, Mr. He, you have been working staff of we have talked about that in 2008 or 2009, the Paralympics, the Summer Paralympics.
Yes.
You must have visited a lot of venues, a lot of stadiums. So, what's the distinctive character of this stadium compared with the others that you have visited 10 years ago?
I think. Well, to be honest with you, my job is more like stationed at one place. But I do, I have seen the Bird's Nest, Water Cube, our National Aquatic Sports Center. And I think that's a good question, actually. Given this is the fact that this is my first time coming into this oval, but I think I've seen more technology. I've seen more use of glass, which I guess is, better for using the sunlight, the solar energy. And I see more of, I think, presentation of eco-friendly themes. So that must be, just pure personal perspective is one of the differences. I mean, the Bird's Nest is wow. I mean, because the grandeur inside is just mind-boggling. But still, I think here it feels like I'm stepping into a spaceship. So.
So what are the most interesting events that happened during your work in the 2009 games?
Well, speaking of that, there's actually one very interesting experience that I think one of the wheelchair American tennis player after the game, and I just heard some maybe arguments outside of the hotel lobby. So I went downstairs and trying to find out what happened. And he said he's just thirsty after the game. So he said, do Chinese people drink at all? I said, of course we do. And he said, can you please help me maybe find a place where I can buy a chilled drink? So I wrote him the address of a few bars, and he was very happy.
So what did he do after that?
He actually went there because one of the bars, my friend is the owner of the bar, and my friend gave me a call and said, did you send this wheelchair player to my bar? This means a lot to us. Yeah.
So hello everyone, this is Victoria. We are in the National Speed Skating Stadium, and today we're having a live stream on our Facebook page. If you have anything that you are interested about the stadium and anything you are interested about winter sports, please post your questions below our page. Thank you. And now we are joined by a bunch of senior business insiders of winter sports with us. Who are they? I guess they are still visiting this venue, and now we are joined by our tourist guide Fred He, and let him to introduce this stadium with us. Let's please show us around here.
Sure. I mean, I think we're in one of the VIP compartment. Wow, it sounds great when I say VIP.
Wow, it's a nice view.
It is spectacular.
The overview is great.
Absolutely, absolutely. I wish that I don't know what exactly I'll be working for, but I wish that for part of my job I can have the experience here, right here, watching the game live.
That is one of my big dreams.
Wow, wow. Can you believe that? I think the inside, I mean, the oval is about 55 meters tall, and I think the surface, the total ice area, ice covered area, the ice plate is up to 12,000 square meters. So, and we use high tech and for ice making for that area, but not just making ice for one like intact place. I think it's controlled by the module. You know, it can provide ice a different kind of criterion for different ice events and sport items. So this is definitely one of the high techs.
So if you had the opportunity to watch the game here or at the Capitol Indoor Stadium, which will host the speed skating and figure skating, which sport do you want to see most?
I would say still speed skating. Because it's intensive, it's a lot of power, it's about speed. I think that represents the best spirit of Olympics, to be faster, stronger. And I'm into that, just like when I watch the Chinese Su Bingtian and watch the 100 sprint.
He did an amazing job.
He did. Yeah, I was like holding my breath and saying, oh, come on.
So have you watched the competition in Pyeongchang?
I don't think I did.
But you will be, if you had the opportunity to watch a game here. So would you like to come to here or Chongli to see the ski resort?
I'm more like a home person, so I would rather, if I could, just stay here. I would choose to stay here.
Oh, one of our fans said his or her name is Mac Baydar. He said, wow, it's a beautiful stadium and so big. Yes, it is. Hello everyone, you're watching the live stream of China Plus and CGTN. If you have any questions about the stadium, please post your questions below our Facebook page. Thank you. And thank you, Mr. He. Thanks for joining us for this fantastic trip. Thank you so much. It's so nice of you. And let's just walk around here. And now we're at the second floor of the stadium. And we have a great overview toward the stadium, toward the ice rink.
Hey Victoria, would you like to please?
Sure, thank you.
Lady first.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want to maybe take a look on the left? I think the view there is better.
Wow,
wow.
Wow, I think that's why we call it ice ribbon.
Yes.
You can see this kind of ribbon-like thing above our head.
Yeah.
Is it kind of new technology that this the roof, the lights, and the structure of this building?
Oh, definitely. I think from the outside, a lot of people would marvel at the very eye-catching, the iconic ribbon. Those are the reason why we call it ice ribbon. But I think just on the other side of the roof that we can see, on top of that, that's the secret of the technological or engineering keys, where the specialties is because we have west to east about 98 of those cables with great loading capacity, and also stabilizers, about 30 pairs of those from north to south. Those are the really holding structure, hidden behind, on top of that roof plate.
Wow, there's so many details.
Yes.
Of the single roof of this building.
There is, yeah.
That is amazing. Why this is called iconic, the most iconic stadium of winter sports, I was told. And hello everyone, this is Victoria. You're watching the live stream of China Plus and CGTN, and today we are taking the tour of the National Speed Skating Stadium, which is designed for the next Winter Olympics in China. if you have anything you want to know about the stadium, please post your questions on our Facebook page. And today we are joined by a bunch of senior business insiders of Winter Sports. If you have anything that you are interested in Winter Sports, please don't be hesitate to tell us on our Facebook page. Thank you. Hi, Mr. He. Let's walk inside. I think the guests are already here. They are ready.
Please.
Hello, gentlemen. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Fred.
This is Fred. This is Victoria. I'm
Victoria, nice to meet
Victoria.
you.
Very nice to meet you, Fred.
Hi Fred, good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Hi Victoria,
Hi.
I'm John.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you. Hi. Hello, everyone. You're watching the live stream of China Plus and CGTN. If you have any questions, you want to know about the iconic stadium of Winter Sports, please let us know. And today we're very honored to be joined by a bunch of senior business insiders of Winter Sports who have been dedicated to promoting winter sports, ice games, snow sports in China for many years. If there's anything that you are interested about winter sports, please post your questions on our Facebook page, and these gentlemen will answer your questions. Thank you so much for joining us. I think today we are joined by Justin Downs, and he is the president of Axis Leisure Management, is a consulting firm of winter sports.
That is correct.
And Remigio Brunelli, and he's the director of Technica Group. And this gentleman, Craig Smith, he's the CEO of Burton China. I think you have established your business in Beijing since 2013.
That's correct, yes.
Yeah, so many years. Now, let me start with Justin. How many years have been starting your business here in China?
Well, I first came to China in 2007 and I started the business in 2009. So I guess we've been in business now for going on 12 years, building and operating ski resorts, indoor and outdoor ski resorts and sports venues around China.
So how do you view the growth of the market over these years?
It's head spinning, really. I mean, to see what is happening, what has happened, and what is still happening now. You know, when I first got here, I think the way I describe it is China's winter sport industry was like a newborn baby that had no ability to look after itself. You know, it needed a lot of sustenance, it needed a lot of investment in time and energy and love, and now it's grown up into almost a teenager that can look after itself. So it's grown very fast. It's been fun to watch, and it still has a long way to go. We're still in the infancy parts of how this industry will grow over the next decade.
When you say infancy phrase or part, you mean that this is still a burgeoning market? An emerging market?
100%, without a doubt. You know, we still have probably less than 2% of the population participating in snow sports at very least. And more mature ski nations or winter sport nations like Japan or Korea or US or Europe, you know, they're 10, 15, 20%. So we have still such a small amount of the population that have just started to try it. It's a long way to go, and the Olympics will be the catalyst to get that going faster.
You have worked in so many countries, right? In many countries, I guess. What's the difference between the customers in the China market and the customers in some other overseas market?
Well, right now there's not a lot of difference. I mean, people who get involved in winter sport usually do it. They do it because it's a group event. It's something that you can do with your friends, your family. Doesn't matter what age, what skill level. It's a pastime that people can do together. That is no different in China. In fact, it's quite interesting to see the multi-generational uptake of winter sport in China. Very similar to Europe and North America, where the industry is 50, 70, 100 years old in some cases. So the enthusiasm for Chinese people to learn something new and take it on and really jump in with both feet is probably more, it's more obvious to me here than it is in any other country.
Okay, correct. I think you have started your business in Beijing since 2013. How do you view the change of the market over the past 10 years?
Yeah, to be very honest, we've been selling our products in China since 2002.
Wow.
We used a distributor in 2002, and at that time, the winter sports, and specifically the ski snowboard industry, was definitely in its infancy. It was very, very, very new, and then as we saw the development of the sport, we knew it was time to open up our business in 2013. And to Justin's point, it's very much still in the beginning phases of development. I was fortunate enough to be in Japan for the 1998 Nagano Olympics. Olympics in 1998, and there's so many similarities between what was going on in Japan in 1997, 1998 is what's going on in China now. And after the Nagano Olympics, the snow industry in Japan boomed. And I firmly believe we will see the exact same thing happen in China, but at just much larger scale. And the reason that it'll be much larger scale is because of all the infrastructure that is being developed in China. The investments that are being made not only by the resorts themselves, but by the government to make it so much easier for people to get to the resorts it's amazing. It's unfathomable how significant that is going to be. So, and now it's our jobs as industry people to educate people about how much fun it is to go play in the mountains. And so that's where really we're focusing on going forward. That's our contribution to making sure people have fun on the snow.
Well, you just said you want to tell people how much fun it is playing in the snow. What is the factors that make snow sports intrinsically interesting for our audience in China and across the world?
Yeah, I think the real key is most everyone's day-to-day life is pretty structured. I mean, we go through the day, and if you're either in school, if you're a student, or if you're working, every day is pretty structured. But when you're in the mountains, playing in the mountains, you have much more freedom to express yourself in a very positive and healthy way. And as you ski or snowboard, you don't have to be like your friend and do it just like them. You can do it yourself and really express yourself in a very, again, healthy and positive manner.
Yeah, we have to add some style to our life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some good style. Yeah, you add your own style. Yeah.
And actually, I have done a lot of interviews about the growth of China's winter sports. I have interviewed a lot of young women and men who started to learn snow sports and skiing. I find that there's a very interesting thing to me is that I found many of them, almost the majority of them, started to take to the habit of skiing in around the year 2015. Is that just a coincidence?
That's a good question. I think part of it is a coincidence. That's when the Olympics were announced that Beijing would be hosting the Olympics. But I also think that it's where, as the Chinese consumer started to travel abroad more and more, and they started to experience winter sports in other areas of the world, then when they came back to China, that really became much more prevalent, a much more appealing way to spend their time.
Remy Jill, you have been living and working in China for 15 years, right?
Correct.
I remember you said your daughter was born in China. Can I ask how old is she?
13th.
13. So is she currently engaging in any winter sports?
Yes, as a father like me, it should be mandatory. If she wants to have her week,
out of the family.
Absolutely. If she want to have their weekly tips, she need to follow the rules. It's a passion that is a family. As the two gentlemen they say before, you ask it. It's alpine. Let's say everything around the snow and the mountains is a family issue. So one of the part that is say before, is you can express yourself. And I grew up that my mom and my father, they were skiers. They like it to ski, so I transmitted this kind of passion to me, and then it's generation by generation. So for me, it's an holiday. I remember the first time that I spent the Christmas time not on the mountain. I was already 19, 20, and I thought, what's happened? It was not a natural environment for me to be in a city. So this is the part. So it's when you have this passion, it's easy. When you open your heart, then you open your mind, and it's really easy flow to follow them.
Recently, I discovered a very interesting phenomenon. Just after doing so many interviews, I found a lot of girls started to play ice games that used to be dominated by boys, like ice hockey and skiing. How do you view that? How do you make the increasing participation of women and girls? The games that used to be dominated by boys.
This is more a sociologist question. I think that the evolution of the market and the world, I mean, in terms of gender, I mean, you have the pink quota everywhere. So, I mean, it's for me, there is no difference between the gender in terms of play. I mean, everybody has the right to play, and I think that the feminists, they're going to have more role, and on the other way around, even in China, it's getting more and more. The position in the business, in the normal business, is higher. So even this means main autonomies in terms of financial support, so they are independent, and in this way, there are no limits at the beginning of the winter sports to play. I mean, it's everybody has the right to enjoy their own time and their own life. So it's a leisure, it's a socialization. So I love, and as a man, I love to see more women to play that.
So is there anything that in your corporate strategy that specifically target female fans of winter sports? Target like female customers, like
but
in your corporate strategy?
For sure. I mean, it's. I think that it's simply who is established at producing products as equipment or garments since the beginning. I mean, since at least 50 years that there is a male and female collection, so dedicated products, not only in terms of color and design, but even in terms of function, and because women has a different physiology, and therefore they need to have the right products to play in the proper way. So either snowboard or ski or whatever it is the sports, even bike now every day. So I mean, there is a huge market, and I would like to say that in most sports, the growth it's higher in the female than in the male, because are much more detailed. Women usually are much more detailed. They're looking for more even look, style, and matching, and as well as technical features. So it's a very challenging customer to accommodate it in the proper way.
Compared to some like traditional powerhouses of winter sports, like the United States, Canada, and Italy, your countries are traditional powerhouses of winter sports. What's the difference between customers here in China, I mean, an emerging market, and those traditional, big countries of winter sports? Gentlemen, which one would you like to?
Yeah, and I think that it goes back to the fact that the industry and the sports are still new to the Chinese consumer.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's about education. Mm-hmm. And my friend basically said, it's like some of the products that need to be developed for women will be different than men. Mm-hmm. And there's some education that we need to make sure the Chinese consumer understands that. Mm-hmm. And it's also just the heritage of the sport. So most people in the other markets are aware of the history of skiing and snowboarding, where in China the Chinese consumer is still in the learning phase. Mm-hmm. And so that's again part of our roles, is to educate the market of the history and the heritage of skiing and snowboarding specifically.
So what did you see in this market?
Big question. I see a lot of fun ahead for everybody. There's so much excitement around the potential for for the industry. From a business standpoint, obviously we're looking at significant growth in the business. But we're firm believers at my company is to first and foremost create an amazing customer experience, and then the business will follow. And we're fortunate enough where again all these investments in the market right now will make it very easy for the consumer to have a really, really positive experience. And then it's our job just to make sure that it's that soft side. It's the true understanding of the meaning of skiing and snowboarding, and how to have fun, and again the freedom to go out and have your own style.
Yeah, we all know the excitement of winter sports, but winter sports are pricey. Mm-hmm. I mean, I according to my previous interviews, I found that Chinese parents spend a lot for their children, to send their children to, to learn figure skating and speed skating. How can we, attract a bigger fan base of winter sports? How can we
Yeah.
let ordinary people to have access to this kind of pricey sports?
Yeah, that's actually something that we think of often. And as we develop a product line that has an offering for a more entry-level consumer, someone who doesn't have as much ability to pay for very high-end products. And I think that the resorts themselves need to think of that also, where it makes it a little bit more obtainable for everyone to try if they're willing to try.
Everyone.
It's a big question. It's a very, very big question.
Yes. Justin, what's your view on this? How can we, this whole industry lower the threshold for a bigger audience, for ordinary people, to let them get interested and to have access to the winter sports in China?
Well, this is a global problem, not just a China problem. I mean, every country has demographics and income ranges, and the barrier of entry into the sport is the same in any country.
This kind of iconic building in Beijing, maybe in Shanghai, Shenzhen, but China is so big, people just not living in these three cities. Oh, sure, but the small second and third tier cities, they have rising income levels, they have a desire to have a better quality of life. They're aspirational, they want to experience things, they want to be healthier, they want to spend more time with their family. People are moving from first tier to second tier to third tier cities seeking these things, and the facilities are being built by private developers and by the government. And that's probably the key thing, is it's the government support of reducing the barriers of entry, including winter sport in the school curriculum, which they're very successfully doing already, at least with skiing and snowboarding. Perhaps that will extend into all other ice and snow sports. But it's also on behalf of the industry. So the industry is made up of hundreds of different specific interest operators. They have their own interests and investments in mind. But as a collective industry, we need to tackle this problem. But the government is the leader. They're already starting to do it. But then it really takes the bringing together of the stakeholders in the industry, such as our brand partners and the ones that are building the culture and the experience of the sport, getting people to do it, and then the resorts and the facilities themselves coming up with programs to keep people, not just get them to come once, but how to keep them coming back, and that's the key to the success of the industry anywhere in the world. Absolutely. Very important. And what do you make of the growth opportunities of this industry in the next 5 to 10 years, maybe?
Oh, I think it's
for premium brands like yours and any other brands, global brands in this industry.
Well, there's a lot of competition in the market, so everybody has to find their niche, find their target consumer. Not just work at how to sell a product, but how to really create the ecosystem, how to create the community that follows your brand and your product, and that's the key thing. So each brand has its own proposition, whether it's price point or technical capability, whether it's at entry level or at professional levels. They also have a responsibility to keep people engaged year round. So while we're talking about winter sports, the lifestyle of winter sports carries 365 days of the year. So there's huge runway and opportunity for all winter sport brands, providers, the industry as a whole. It's really still very much on the uptick. And very, it's the opportunity over the next 5 to 10 years is going to be something that the rest of the world has never seen. I think it's going to be something to watch and fun to be a part of.
Well, are you guys play winter sports yourself?
Absolutely, of course, yeah.
So which one do you like most? Which winter sport do you like most?
Well, part of my first sport was ice hockey, but obviously I've fallen in love with snowboarding, so that's my favorite. So I spend most of my time snowboarding. Yeah, exactly. Snowboarding.
Yep. If you want to promote snowboarding in China among Chinese customers, just to say one thing that most can innovate or can motivate us to play snowboarding. Yeah. Just one thing.
One thing. Have as much fun as possible.
Just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
And your?
Well, I'm going to borrow one that my friend here has used as well. You work hard so you can play harder, and I think that's the important part. We all have very mundane day-to-day jobs. We can disappear into the mountains and we're all equal. We're all there for fun.
Yeah, get away from the routine.
Exactly.
And you, gentlemen?
Well, when I born, there was just ski, so I snowboard. I'm a little bit too old, but I catch some parts. Never been older. You can have fun. Yes, I played ski because I'm a ski instructor, so I try to promote it as much as possible, not only because I work in the ski industry, but as a sport. One sentence is go faster and go higher.
Go faster and go higher.
In terms of fun, of course. Speed is fun. Speed is definitely fun. So you can go faster, go higher.
That's why I love figure skating. And one of our audience asked the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics is just around the corner. It's just less than 6 months away. What's your expectation for the upcoming winter sport? Talk about something that you had a chance to watch the games. What would you like to see?
But as we said, now it's going to be in some areas kind of blowing of the flower. We're sitting a lot over the last 10, 15 years, and it's after the Olympics, it's going to be another momentum that is very important. So I would like to say kind of retention of the attention. Because we are going to grab in the attention of not only for the fans that are already existing, but it's going to be blasting all across China. And this is going to be a critical or important moment to bringing them from the TV or from the field to the field. And in this moment, in this way, then I'm sure that we can have a lot of fans because there are facilities, there are equipment, there are consultants. So it's ready. The machine is ready. We need to just switch on the engine, and the Olympics is going to be the best gasoline to blast in the car.
Well, Justin, what about you?
I think what I expect, which maybe other people do not, is I think people will be very surprised at how well Chinese athletes do in the Games. I think there's an expectation that the powerhouses, as you said, Italy, Canada, U.S.,
and Canada
Norway,
ranked third, I remember, in Pyeongchang.
If you say so, yes.
Medals.
Yes. Yeah. We would expect to do better, I think, this year. But no, I think people will be very surprised at how talented the Chinese athletes have become. There's been a lot of training behind closed doors because the international competitions have been so strange these past 2 years. But I'm certain we'll see a lot of medals around Chinese this coming year. And this will really translate into a lot of uptake in people wanting to emulate their heroes. So I think it's going to be good to see.
That's my expectation.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for your support for Team China.
Yeah.
And you, Craig?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the best Winter Games ever. That's my expectations. Without a doubt, these games are going to be the best ever, in my mind. From not only the infrastructure, but just the execution and all the energy that'll be generated from the games is going to be just unbelievable in my mind. Looking forward to it so much.
What exactly do you look forward most?
Honestly, opening games, the opening ceremony is going to be amazing. Every aspect of it is going to be next level. And again, like looking at the facility behind us, just, again, world class. Everything will be world class. Everything's going to be big. Everything's going to execute very, very well. And very, very excited to see it happen. Yeah,
it looks like there are so many things we're looking forward to. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. You're watching the live stream of China Plus and CGTN, and we are very honored today to be joined by this bunch of senior business insiders of Winter Sports. If you have any questions or if there's anything that you are interested about Winter Sports, please post your questions on our Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Thank you. And let's go around here. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. And we're joined.
Sure.
Hello everyone, you're watching the live stream of China Plus we are walking inside the National Speed Skating Oval, which is built for the next Winter Olympics in Beijing. And just now we're joined by a bunch of senior business insiders of winter sports. And now we are walking in the stadium. If there's anything that you want to know about the stadium, about this iconic structure, please don't be hesitant to post your questions on our Facebook page. I would be very glad to answer your questions. And Mr. He, how about I want to see how do you feel about the conversation we just had with those business insiders?
I think it was totally inspiring, and I'm so happy that I could be part of this learning experience. I think just like the game, it congregates all the best athletes together. Life is about people get together and you learn from each other's life experience and wise experiences, and yeah, I like it.
Well, our fan, whose name is Santosh Kuma, Aryal Santosh Kuma, said it's so nice. Thank you, Kuma. And this Magbay Dar said remarkable comments. Thank you very much. And he's very good at Chinese. He says, if you walk faster and climb higher. Thank you. And well, we have so many comments. What we need to make like here, like there. Okay, thank you so much for your comments. Oh, this is a beautiful stadium. Yes, it is. It is a beautiful stadium.
Indeed.
It is the best stadium that I've ever visited over the past, maybe in my life. What about you? How do you like this stadium?
I think this is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I've seen inside of the Bird's Nest. I've seen inside of the different stadiums because I've been a sport fan. But I think the first time walking into this oval, it's still very striking. Seeing it's just being so neat, and there's so much high tech behind it.
Exactly. And Fred He actually has participated into the Summer Olympics back in 2008 and 2009 Paralympics.
Yes.
And are you looking forward to the upcoming 2022 Beijing Olympics?
I am very much. I really hope that our China team and also all the international teams will perform great and break more records inside of this oval. And also I wish to be part of the game. I don't know what exactly I'll be doing, but I'm very excited, looking forward to it.
So which sport do you most looking forward to watch? If you had the opportunity to watch the games.
I said speed skating, but then I think ice hockey. It's very hard to tell which one is more appealing to me. So you like them all? Yeah, I like them all. Oh, our fans Giovanni Luca asked the question, what is the temperature inside there where you are? We are at the stadium, at the National Speed Skating Stadium, which was built for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. It's for long track speed skating. And what is the temperature? I think it's around 20 degrees Celsius. How do you feel the temperature? I think it's pretty cool. I mean, but I don't think the AC system is fully operated. But I think it's maybe 20-ish. I think I feel really hot here because today when I received this task, I brought along with my cotton jacket and a pair of gloves. I think it's ice rink, it's ice stadium. But I forgot that actually they didn't make the ice rink ready because the game is still 6 months away. Yes. So I didn't expect it so hot inside the building. Also, Victoria, there is one thing, although I don't know exact temperature of the surrounding right now, but I know you know, once the ice making is done, before the game starts, the difference of the ice temperature on this entire ice plate is within 0.5 degrees centigrade. So that's also one of the contributions that high tech gives us.
Wow, that's great.
Yep.
Thank you so much. Thank you for watching our live stream of China Plus. We are taking the tour at this fantastic building which was built for the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. Thank you so much for watching this, and please don't be hesitant to post your questions about anything that you might be interested in to winter sports. And thanks for watching this live stream. Thank you. Bye bye.